Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Daniel, aka Danya Allah. Um, just in case if you guys are wondering, Danya Allah is my Hebrew name. But anyways, I wanted to make this video to talk about the whole Serena Williams thing and just the controversy around it. And I want to say this: at the end of the day, Serena Williams is a grown woman. She's 35 years old. No matter what we say, it's going to change her opinion. Even though there's a lot of backlash going on about this from whites and blacks, um, she's a grown woman at the end of the day, and we can't do shit about it. But still, when it comes to my opinion, I totally believe that she should marry a black man. Now, there's a lot of sisters out there who are arguing, saying that, well, I'm talking to this one sister, can't remember her name right now. Can't remember her name. But, you know, she thinks that I'm doing give a brother a chance type of mantra, which is not what it is. Why I think that Serena, because no matter what, this is the thing, Serena Williams, she's going to date down no matter what. Sisters are saying, oh, she's not dating down, but quite literally she is, because when you use the phrase dating down, you're referring to financial status. This dude, he's not a billionaire. See, a lot of people are getting it twisted, saying that this guy, yeah, he got a net worth of 4.5 million dollars, and he has a company that's worth $6 billion. That's actually not true. He sold his shares to Reddit back in 2009, so he's only worth $4.5 million. That's besides the point. The point is that they're on two different financial statuses. Yes, he has $4.5 million, but she has $150 million. So if dating down refers to financial status, because usually dating down, a lot of sisters use this. And when they mean dating down, they're usually talking about financial status or some type of educational status, whether the brother went to college or not, and the woman did. Or whether she has a great job, she's making an X amount of money every year, and he's only, probably like pushing brooms and stuff like that. And he's not making as much as she is. If she marries him or if she dates him, that is considered dating down because he does not have the same financial means as she does. So, quite literally, Serena, she's dating down because this guy has nowhere the amount of money that she has. But sisters, they're kind of like defending it. I'm very surprised in Chrissy. I'm kind of questioning her a little bit. I still got love for that sister. Don't get it twisted. But they're trying to defend it, saying that, oh, he's a millionaire, so he's not dating down. Well, she's not dating down. Well, actually, she is, because just because he has $4.5 million doesn't mean anything. He can lose that overnight. People can blow $4.5 million overnight. Some people can even argue that $150 million can be blown overnight. But still, look at the whole Kanye West and Kim Kardashian situation. Kim Kardashian is worth, I think, like $200 million. Excuse me. Yeah, she's worth about $200 million. Kanye West is worth about like $60 million. Look at him. He has way more money than this guy has. And he's like $58 million in debt right now. So, yeah. And, Kim Kardashian was dating down. And I think it's funny because whenever you hear dating down, it's usually black women referring to dating black men. But you never hear it when they date white men. You know what I'm saying? Like, because what I was saying is that basically I think that Serena Williams is better dating a black man who isn't worth millions of dollars than dating a white guy who is worth millions of dollars. And, she doesn't have to date like a guy who's working a 9 to 5, but she could date a young businessman, maybe someone who owns like small businesses, or maybe a doctor or something like that. That's what I was referring to. I'm not talking about like just any average Joe out here. You know what I'm saying? I really don't see, there's really no big difference, because when it comes to, when we talk about it financially, even though this guy has $4.5 million, Serena Williams has way more to lose in this this financial arrangement called marriage than he does. You know, he is still someone, not really a liability, but when it comes to expenses, I'm sure she's going to be covering most of the things. Yeah, he has a better chance of covering things better than a man who makes only like a few $100,000 a year does. But still, someone who makes that amount of money, like say if you're a doctor, you can still take care of that lifestyle that she lives. Probably not as well as he can, but he couldn't even do as well as somebody on Serena's status could. You know what I'm saying? So still, it's kind of like he has a lesser status because his sister, I can't remember her name. Forgive me for that, but he, just because he doesn't have the same amount of money as she does, if we want to talk about respect, because she was bringing up that, if the man is not the financial provider of the household, he loses respect for that woman, which is true in some cases. But still, he doesn't make as much money as she does, so she still may look at him like that, like, oh yeah, I make way more money than you, I don't have to give you as much respect as you deserve, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And I truly believe that Serena would probably never find a man on her same financial status, so it should be more about compatibility. And who knows, maybe them two are compatible. But sorry, my throat is just so stuffed right now. But still, I kind of lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? Can't remember. Yeah, but anyways, they're on two different levels when it comes to money. So, if it comes to anything, comes down to anything, it should be compatibility. That's the only thing that I really think she should worry about. And that could be this case. They could be compatible. But even if he was the breadwinner, if we were to talk about just any marriage, even if a man is the breadwinner, that doesn't merit him any type of respect. That doesn't mean he's going to get respect automatically. There's men out here who make way more money than their wives, but their wives are still going off cheating and doing all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So being the breadwinner doesn't mean anything. Yes, I firmly believe that the man should be a provider for his family, but let's face it, most of the marriages out here between average people, usually the husband and wife makes around the same amount of money. More or less. The husband can make a little bit more, he can make a little less. The wife can make a little bit more, she can make a little less. But usually they're around the same financial means. And I know that sisters try to use that, in the term of dating down, but when it comes to Serena Williams and this Alexis dude, they don't have the same financial means. I mean, this guy can go out there and buy 5 Koenigsegg's, Agera, R's, and he'd lose all his money that day. She can go out there and buy 5 of them and still have enough money to buy she can still have enough money to buy 150 of them. You know what I'm saying? So they're on two different financial levels, and quite literally she is dating down. And I mean, that's realistic because, like I said before, I don't think that she's going to find anybody with her same financial means who's willing to marry her. Who knows? She could look up and be like Eve and marry a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's dating up right there. But the reason why I said that I believe that she should date a black man, with lesser financial means is not because I'm saying give a brother a chance, but simply because it will be less complicated. I mean, think about this. Black people already deal with racism. Now just imagine bringing in kids into this world that are half white, half black, who are going to have to deal with the reality of being black, I put quotes around that, but also at the same time, they have to deal with the racist family members. Now that family is even more of I believe that they're even a bigger target because I have, mulatto brothers and sisters. Not only do they deal with racism, but they deal with not being black enough. They deal with not being white enough. They deal with the racist white side of the family. You know what I'm saying? And they still deal with the general realities of racism that black people go through. So, it's just too much drama, too much stress. I'd rather just be a black man with a black wife, black kids that just have that one issue, I know it's not just one issue, it's not just that simple, but just deal with the issues that black people have instead of having all this extra stuff, this extra drama. Because I can tell you this, in most biracial relationships, the subject of race always comes up. I mean, you're starting to see more of it on videos because we're in the age of social media, to where these black women will deal with racist ass boyfriends just because they want to date white guys. You know, their boyfriends calling them niggers. Same thing with black men. My stepmother, she would call my dad, well, ex stepmother, she would call my dad niggers, all this stuff every time when they get mad. You know, and race was always a subject. It was just a lot of confusion in the house. My dad would say that they're black. I'm talking about my siblings say that they were black. The mom would say that they're mixed, and just all of this confusion. I would rather avoid all of that. I'd rather be with my own women, make kids that look like me, you know what I'm saying, and look like my wife, instead of just having that extra confusion in your household. And that happens more often than not. A lot of people don't want to talk about it because they try to make it seem like their biracial relationships are perfect, but it's not. I mean, look at the incident recently where the black father had posted photos of his conversation between him and his baby mother about how she didn't want the braids in his daughter's hair, saying that it's making her look more black and all this stuff. This stuff happens more often than not. You know, but we choose to ignore that shit just because we want to make it seem like our biracial relationships are perfect. Yeah, I left black women because they're piece of shit. White women are better, but in actuality, that's not what's happening. But it's just so much unneeded drama, you know, all that extra drama that don't need, and it's going to happen. You become a bigger target. You know what I'm saying? When you're walking down the street with a white woman or with a white man, people looking at you crazy. Stares, you get stares that you won't even get from just being with your own kind. So much extra drama. I mean, and then it's just a historical, you know, I believe, like, I would never marry a white person, not just because of that, but simply because of our history here. Truly, I believe if you're marrying a white person or if you're interested in white people, you're messing with the enemy, period. You know, I know that all white people aren't bad people, but when you marry that white person, you're putting yourself around, you're going to have to interact with more and more fucking white people. And majority of them aren't good people. A majority of them are racist and evil fucking people. I've been around white people a lot. So, a lot of black people, we just don't think that deep about things. We try to say anything to justify these fucking relationships. And it's pathetic. It really is. I'm not one of those, as I call, palm tree Negroes. Yeah, I coined that term. But I'm not one of those palm tree Negroes who swing back and forth, you know, saying that, oh, yeah, black men shouldn't date white women, blah, blah, blah. And then at the same time, that black woman will think that's all right. She excuses black men, you know, she excuses black women dating white men. Same thing with brothers out here, like, you know, black women shouldn't date white men, but at the same time, they don't say anything about black men dating white women. You know, I'm not that type of person at all. I believe it's the same on both sides. Black men shouldn't date white women. Black women shouldn't date white men. Period. You know, but a lot of these people are kind of wishy-washy when it comes to, you know, when it comes to their sex. It's like the battle of the fucking sexes out here. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. We try to side up, you know, with our sex and excuse the shit that we're doing while trying to get on our women. Yeah, I mean, it makes no fucking sense at all. And I kind of noticed that a lot of these channels, like Chrissy, I was kind of surprised by this. She kind of sounded a little wishy-washy on the shit that she was saying. I mean, this is my question. If Chrissy ever watched this video, this is my question. Because she says that, you know, if their love is legit, I'm talking about Serena Williams and Alexis. If they are legit, you know, they're compatible with each other, she's alright with that. So my question to Chrissy is, if you ever meet a compatible white guy, would you may have answered this question, but would you ever marry that guy? Because in a sense, you're kind of saying that it's alright. So as long as every black woman out here can find a compatible white guy, it's alright to marry them? See, that's the part where I disagree. Now, I'm not sure if she believes that. Because basically, if she's saying that Serena Williams, if they're really, truly compatible, they should marry each other, then she should feel the same way about all black women. You know, even including herself. I don't feel that way because I feel that there's always a compatible black person out here for you. Yeah, I know that there's more women, black women, than there are men, but that's the same thing with all race. You know, there's white women out here who can't find compatible white men. So that's no excuse for our women to date outside. Sorry, there's no excuse for black women to date outside of our race. There's compatible black men out here everywhere. You just gotta take your time. You know, we get into, especially black women. I'm not trying to slam black women, but black women get into this mode to where they're rushing. They're like, oh my god, my biological clock is ticking. I gotta find somebody. I gotta find somebody. Let me settle for anything. And a lot of times they get themselves in wrong fucking relationships for doing that shit. So we just gotta take a backseat, chill, and do some looking. You know, do some research. You know, a lot of black people meet on blackpeoplemeet.com. They find a lot of compatible people out there who have the same similar goals, same drives, you know, have family values, all of that stuff. We're out here, you know what I'm saying? Black men and black women. But that's just my view on it, you know. Like I said, at the end of the day, Serena Williams is a grown woman, and who knows, maybe people can sway her. I don't know, but I would think that she's been dealing with criticism her whole life, and I don't think that some, like, you know, people, you know, this big old stir about what's going on right now is going to affect her decision on whether or not she wants to marry this guy. But I just have a feeling that's not going to end well. And what I meant by celebrity, let me see what this sister's name is, because I don't want to keep referring to her as Paris. Paris. Yeah. So, anyways, Paris. What I meant by celebrity marriage is that I didn't mean that he was a celebrity in the sense that, you know, everybody knows who the hell he is, but usually I'm referring to like when rich people marry other rich people. Even if one of the people in the relationship isn't famous, but usually when one celebrity marries another rich person, usually those marriages don't last. Like, they really don't last too long at all. Especially in these days, marriage is not how it's not how it used to be. But yeah, I mean, look at majority of the celebrity marriages out here. They don't really last that long. And I feel like if she marries him and they get a divorce, she's going to have way more to lose than he does. Me, personally, if I was a millionaire, I'd rather circulate that money within myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, within my own people. I would rather marry a non-millionaire black woman than to marry a millionaire black woman. Not for control. Some people do that shit over control, you know, because, oh, I'm the one for all the money and stuff. But no, I'd rather take another black woman out of the hood than to provide for someone who already took themselves out of the hood. I feel the same way about black women who already have family, you know, or already have kids. I would never marry a black woman with kids. Reason why is because she already started her family. I'm not going to be a father to somebody else's child. I wouldn't mind being a mentor to somebody else's child, but I would never be a father. I would never do somebody else's job, you know, in that sense. And also, I know that there's other compatible black women out here who don't have kids. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But yeah, I believe that there's no excuse for Serena to be marrying this guy. I mean, it's not no give a brother a chance. No, it's not that at all. I just truly believe that she could find somebody out here who's compatible and who, you know, who is black. Bottom line, you know. Yeah, I think that's basically all I want to say. But yeah, another thing I wanted to say, last night somebody had made a comment about, oh yeah, it was Paris she was talking about, and this is, don't quote me on this, but she was basically saying how there's a lot of black men out here, or some black men out here, who don't have values. And she was kind of, it seemed like as if she was trying to shift the blame on black men. Let me see if I can find this, because I you know, I don't feel like going through all my comments. But anyways, because I get a lot of them. She was kind of like shifting the blame on black women dating black white men or non-black men, simply because there's some black men out here with no value, so our women are forced to look elsewhere to non-black men, as if that problem squarely falls on black men's shoulders. That our women are leaving us just because of us. No, that's not true. There are a lot of women out here who are just as bad. The reason why a lot of black men are not marrying black women is not just because of black men. It's because of irresponsible black women. Yeah, there's a lot of young black men out here with no values, no family values, no goals, you know, and they're out here doing the wrong thing. They're sleeping with multiple women. They're not trying to wife up these women. And to be honest, a lot of those women who mess with guys like that aren't wifey material, period. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing out here that says that every woman is eligible for marriage, because a lot of these women, they don't deserve to be married because they're messing with these guys. They're too busy chasing these guys who have no values, and them themselves have no fucking values for chasing these damn guys with no values. You know what I'm saying? So you can't put that blame directly on black men, because there's a lot of young black women out here with no values and have like about 5 or 6 kids with some guy that they're not married with. Who says that they deserve to be married? I don't think that a woman who has if she wants to get married, she got to get her act together, and then maybe she'll find a man with kids and they can make a big happy family. But we like to always compare ourselves to white people. We always like to say, oh well, white men, they marry their women more often than black men marry their women. Okay, yeah, that's true, but look at most white people. Most white women don't have kids in their late teens and early 20s. Majority of white people start to have kids after the age 25, usually around 30, because that's when most people are financially stable, around 30. That's not the same with black women. Majority of the black women I know, and I'm sorry, anybody who listens to this can attest to this, majority of black people, you probably know, have 1 or more kids before they even hit the age 25. You know what I'm saying? So our situation is not the same to fucking white people. We're not gonna be wifing up black women like we're white, like how white men wife up white women, because our plight is totally fucking different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that there shouldn't be more black people getting married, but there's a lot of non-marriage material black women out here, just like there's a lot of non-marriage material black men out here. Because remember, black men, okay, yeah, I believe the statistics show that black men are more married than black women are, and that's probably because we're dating outside of our race. But still, there's almost just as many black men unmarried as there is black women. And who's to say that all those black women deserve to be married? Because a lot of them are not marriage material. But anyways, that's all I have to say. I made me some food, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat this and shut up. So anyways, talk to you guys later. If y'all want to respond, leave some comments below, and I would definitely respond. Probably even make another video responding. But talk to you guys later. Peace.